you've timed the release of this album not at all coincidentally, very intentionally with Mental Health Awareness Month here in the month of May. It's very clear that you are submitting this to the world in connection with that. Can you explain it? Why and what was the process behind that?
Yeah, well, like most of my art, it starts in a place of curiosity, enthusiasm, annoyance, and passion before it gets to um, purpose or product. So for me, this was an opportunity to explore my own mental and emotional health. Poetry has always been an outlet for the unresolved stories in my life. And once I've gotten them onto the page, they have tended to have less power over me.
Mm.
And I have felt more free. So it's been an avenue for clarity, uh, as well as creativity. And ultimately, I have let go of many things through my poetry. I have found power through my poetry, and I have manifested many things through my poetry. Um, but I didn't know how to give that to other people without my having to be there.
Mm.
Because when I show up and facilitate the poetry workshops, whether it's companies, corporations, communities, libraries, after school programs, it's always about people finding themselves through a genre of creativity that they might not ever normally use, and exploring something moving and meaningful to them, and then sharing it with others so that they can see and be seen. Um, and so I always like to lead by example. And this album is an opportunity for me to lead by example, to let people into the vulnerable parts of my story, that I'm usually only comfortable sharing after I put them into a poem that is great, you
Polished.
know? Right. Yeah, because then in some way it's almost like I'm telling vulnerability rather than showing vulnerability. And this album is really raw. It's really authentic. Um, and because of that, it's an invitation into my heart, but it's also an invitation for the audience into their own.